question is this. Whenever y'all started dating, everybody individually, what were the signs? Corona. He got the Rona.
I was like, all right, Rona.
Somebody.
No.
He got the Rona.
Rona.
The water went down weird.
That's all.
We need the police.
What you call it?
Police in Atlanta. This nigga got the
What she
Rona.
called him, the CDC?
Right?
Call the
CDC
CDC.
on me?
Call the mayor,
That's it. Look, we got
Keisha.
another room. You gotta go quarantine. Go ahead.
Exactly.
See you in 14
What,
days.
you gonna slide me Pop-Tarts under the door? I'm gonna eat.
I just put outside the door and run away, and you can open
Exactly,
it.
and run away. Feeding the beans. Okay, but the two-part question is this. Whenever y'all all first started dating each other, what are the signs that you look for to say, okay, I'm going to cut off everybody else and focus on this one person? Like, what was it that you noticed in each other's partners, or what was it going into it that you were like, okay, whenever a man or a woman does this, I'm going to put my all into it? That's the first part of the question. Second part of the question is, what are the signs or what are things that will make you say, okay, I'm going to wipe my hands of a relationship and leave? So what going into a relationship of dating makes you say, okay, I'm going to take this person seriously and I'm going to cut off everybody else for this person? And then on the second part of the question, what are the signs that will make you say, okay, you're going to give up on the relationship, or you had enough and you're not going to deal with it anymore and you'll wipe your hands of it? Boom. Starting with Bree. Starting with Bree.
Let's go.
Okay.
It's a good question if you need a little time to think.
It's the wrong B.
I think I'm a hopeless, romantic. So for me, I fall for people I spend a lot of time with. I think that is how, I build, attraction and, foundations and just, an understanding. I feel as though I don't spend a lot of time with you, it probably won't go anywhere. Also because, I am a serial text you back in 2 or 3 days because I saw the text message, but I was doing something and I forgot to respond in the moment type of person. So I feel as though, if I want to actually, have a conversation with you and, want to spend time with you, then maybe this should actually progress.
She wasn't texting me like that.
Whatever.
I was getting a text back every minute on the minute.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'm about to say, I thought you were trying to say that I was doing you dirty. What makes me wash my hands with somebody?
Wait, Bree. Since I was the person who created this question, okay, so when you say because I want you to really understand this question here. So you're saying by somebody just spending time with you, that means, okay, I'm gonna shut down everybody else for that, because that can't be it. I'm pretty sure that can't be it.
Oh, because I'm just very selective of who I spend my time with and who comes into my space. So how long did I knew you before you came?
A long time. He told me it was a long time before you came to.
It was probably 5-6 months.
Yeah, you didn't need to know where I live at all. We can hang out, but you don't need to come to my house. We can do stuff outside the house. So I just think things like that, if you understand where I'm coming from as far as being a single woman living in Atlanta, you don't need to know where I live. We just met each other. We can do stuff outside the house. I think, it's just the consistency, because a lot of people aren't consistent nowadays. It's very easy, myself included, to just be I don't want to talk to you anymore and just stop responding. So I think consistency is the biggest piece, because I think you can develop attraction and bond from being around somebody more often than not. You have that initial oh, you cute, but does your
around each other all the time?
Yeah, and does your conversation match your attractiveness or not?
Ooh, makes sense.
Yeah.
And we'll be
because some people turn out to be dull and dang, you can't talk about that.
Yeah. I don't want to talk to you. But I can't think of what would cause me to wash my hands. Ooh. I can't say, because in the relationships that I have been in, I was the person that was broken up with, so I don't know. I really don't know.
What's that say?
Oh, Oh,
It's the same stage. I can ask questions
she's
like
a
that.
romantic.
Yeah.
She's a romantic, so she's going to
I'm
reach
just
for
asking
the man.
questions here.
Don't fight.
Don't fight me. I'm just asking the
Get it
question.
on camera.
What
You know where that
what,
comes from?
what
That
do you
was-
feel like you have learned from the fact that you've been the one that's been broken up with? Is it just them that they're just unsure? That could be a thing. I'm not saying it's you. I'm just asking you, how do you receive
you know that
that?
like the one instance that I was in a relationship, he literally woke up and was like, I don't think I want to be in a relationship anymore.
What?
See, so that's what I'm saying. That's not all you. I'm asking you, like, do you feel like if you've always been the one that's been broken up with, do you feel like that you're like unwilling to like give up on it, even if it's not good for you, or does it mean like you did something wrong?
Okay.
Like you took that as like I was just saying like it was just always you. No, I'm saying like how are you? Like how have you received that?
I definitely think I'm more patient and understanding than most people. But I also think I need to find and establish boundaries for myself because I really haven't. Like, by no means am I like a person that's like being taken advantage of or like mistreated. But I think I am always willing to like work something out at the end of the day.
You have faith in, like, you know, the ability to kind of work through those changes that happen in the relationship.
Yeah, like I definitely, because I'm the person that's just like, okay, if I'm choosing to be in a relationship with you, we're going to be in a relationship. Like, I just
Yeah.
don't see
That comes from that traditional
where, like,
stuff. That's good.
yeah, where we would break
So I just
up.
haven't
Because I
traditional-
don't know. If I feel as though if I was going to break up with you, then we can date. We can go on dates. We can hang out, but
Yeah.
nothing more than that.
So you're not going to take it there unless you can see, like, oh, like, you actually love this person. So you're going to be able to tolerate more from this person versus somebody you wouldn't consider
So
dating.
Yeah.
do you think so if it was up for you, technically you would still be in your other relationships right now? Technically, because you didn't end it. It's not like you were unhappy. Technically, right now, you
technically,
would still
like if it didn't happen, yeah. But it's also one of those things where, like, him and I have had conversations like after the fact, and like he literally just like chopped it up to immaturity, and I was like, okay, I can understand that because we were young. That was what 5-6 years ago.
Damn, I want
if
to
not
ask something,
7.
but since it's not my topic, I feel like I can't add an add-on
What?
to this because this is actually a viewer's comment.
Okay, go for it.
Oh,
So
okay.
can I do this because of
Yeah,
viewer's
do that,
comment?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a viewer asked me, how do you guys wanted me to ask how you guys feel about being friends with your ex and your exes?
Oh, okay.
Since you said that, that just
Yeah.
came in my head. It's just like, you know,
Well,
I just
I'll
felt like that was a
say-
good time to throw that in.
I've said this before. Wherever there was once a fire, the ashes remain. So if you were ever intimate with someone, I feel like you may agree to, like, okay, it didn't work out, or I feel like that intimacy, that flame that was once there, it still has that residue on your relationship. So I feel like I myself personally could not maintain a relationship with an ex. It may, I'm not saying that I would go on to wish ill of them or anything like that, but I would feel like it's best and it's healthier for me not to continue on with that relationship. And and since I feel that, since I handle it that way, I would want my partner to handle it that way too.
But what if
And
they
for
don't?
me, I feel like they don't have to be friends.
Really
but,
quickly, what if they don't? Really quickly, Drew, before you go, what if they don't?
Yeah.
What if they
What-
feel like, oh no, we already we broke up 3 years ago and we've been friends this whole time. I'm not gonna just cut them off because you say I can't be friends with my ex. How do you approach that
Be in a
then?
relationship.
Oh yeah, then
that was like
that's a
our
non-negotiable.
situation. Yeah,
That's
that
a
was like ours.
non-negotiable. Oh yeah, that's my non-negotiable.
Yeah.
That's something that I felt like I've been in a relationship before where you know, my boyfriend at the time was still friends with people that he had, you know, a relationship with, an intimate relationship with, and I felt like, okay, I tried it out and it didn't. It come to find out it was more than what they claimed for it to be. So going forward, when I started dating Drew, that was something that I couldn't deal with. Like, if you ever were intimate with this person and you're maintaining that relationship, like, especially if they show triggers for me, if something is triggering to me, then I'll let it be known up front and begin the relationship. That's something that I can't tolerate, and either you can end it or we just can't talk anymore. And I feel like for me, it was healthy to do it that way versus letting it drag on and
makes it
it
worse.
get worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like for me, friends with exes, it's like not friends, but I don't mind cordialness. Like I don't mind cordial. Like if that makes sense. Like cordial, because us being human beings and everybody being their own individual person, it's like sometimes you might it's just a cute like if you cross paths some way or a random text or call out the blue, but it's a cordial random cordial ass shit. It's not even like I'm okay. I would still definitely 100% feel the type of way. Yeah, I would feel the type of way. But the thing is, us being human beings.
No, if you see me on the street, say hey, bye, but don't be calling me. Don't
but as we all know,
don't email me. But
as we all,
that's not cordial. That's taking it too far. Don't call him. Don't check on him. Don't follow him on Instagram. Don't follow him on Facebook. No, you see him in the street. Hey, how you? Okay, bye. That's it.
That sounds amazing. Sounds amazing.
It don't happen.
Okay, but I'm saying in a realistic way. In a realistic way.
No, my exes don't come DMing checking on me because they know it's not.
Okay, so you don't think there's never been a time? Okay. Oh my God, this is leading to a whole nother thing. But think about it. If there's been times where you might have been like, okay, well, you're wondering, not even wondering, but you just want to look and see. Where you might look on your ex's.
That's fine, but it's different when you're acting on following up with that person. Oh, hey, how you been? No. Of course you wonder if they still alive. Okay, that's one thing.
If they still alive.
But that don't mean you go and ask them, oh, how your mama doing? Oh, no, they are alive, they're well, they're living. That's all you need to know.
In the beginning relationship, what makes you choose the guy or the woman and say, okay, I'm going to cut everybody else off and just be with that person? And then the second part of the question is, what would make you say, okay, I'm going to cut this person off and wash your hands of the situation? Amber?
Okay, so when dating someone, what was the telltale sign for me to cut off all?
And say you're going to be like specific with that person, even if it's just not me. Okay, even if you already had your certain standards.
I like to speak to you because I intend for this to be, for life.
Of course.
So when one of the things that made me want to stay with Drew was just
stay with him. No, the thing is, what in the beginning made you say you're gonna just choose not stay with Drew, but what made you say you're gonna choose Drew?
I wasn't really dating a lot. I wasn't really just dating at the time. Like I was very strict on like who I was spending my time with, who I was allowing to come to my place, things like kind of to piggyback off of what Bree said. Being a young black woman in Atlanta, you got to be careful about who you have in your space, in your circle, who you're inviting over. And I was very protective of my, my who I share my energy with. But when I was dating Drew, one of the things that stood out to me was just our flow of conversation. Like we can just talk for hours, and then when we did hang out, we just never wanted to leave each other. Like it was just like I don't know, it was like magnetic. And even when we did go through our rough patches when we first started dating, it was just something I felt like I didn't want to let go of. It was like, I just had kind of faith in the relationship where I, just wanted to see it go a bit farther. But as far as like his positivity, our conversation, how we just meshed together, was what made me, want anyone else. So
coming into it, you had no type of like a list of things to say, okay, I want to make sure I'm going to find me a man, or a man's going to find me that is this or is that. It was just as it went on, you just gradually felt that.
I had already made a list and I had meditated on it. I had prayed about it, about what I wanted.
What was on that list?
Someone who was considerate, consistent, someone who would always keep their word, could follow through on things, dependable. I didn't want anyone that was just like, a liar. Non-negotiables, I had a list of those things too. And I just kind of already figured out and knew what I wanted before I started dating you. And that I feel like that kind of helped. But as far as like things that just would absolutely not make me want to date anyone anymore is if they just changed. Like if that energy, if I could tell their what they wanted from a relationship became different. Like, we have to have some sort of shared goals, or the foundation has to be on the same level. But I felt like like Bree said, like, I feel like I'm a romantic, and I'm going to want the best out of the relationship. I'm going to want to see it go the long haul. I don't get in a relationship intending for it to end, and I don't get in a relationship thinking that, I'm going to have to leave him one day. I'm in it because I want to be able to work through those differences, and as life changes us, we'll be able to kind of keep up with those changes and just keep going. But I don't know. Does that answer your question?
No.
I don't get it.
I thought it answered the question.
I don't think you like. I'm saying not specific to your relationships that you're in now. I'm saying
that's the only thing I can speak to.
Okay, but I'm saying before you get in a relationship, and if you're talking to somebody, giving advice to somebody, like another single girl who might
You
be
just ask like, what just things are you looking for?
Like,
I don't know that person's
I'm
non-negotiables
asking
are.
you right now. So your thing is just you write down your list of non-negotiables. And what are
everybody's different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I
I
think
want
it
to
boils
know
down to chemistry.
What are your?
I don't know what how that person feels when they're around them.
No, okay, this okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's like black and gray.
White.
Well, not black and gray, black and white.
Great.
I don't think it's black and white for as far as like what things you're like checking off that makes you move somebody from like dating to like serious relationship. I just really think it goes off of your chemistry.
If a girl goes out with a guy and dating a guy, and once she's like, oh, this chemistry is good, she should just cut off everybody else and be with the person.
No.
I mean, if that's what she want to do, I don't understand what you mean.
I mean,
Okay. Cool.
I say no.
And that's probably why a lot of women, yeah, okay.
What you say, Brie?
I say no because just because you have a good first date doesn't mean you're going to have a good second date. Mm-hmm. And I think, to my point, is just like you have to be more consistent just to see like, is this something that's going to continue while we're dating? Because if it continues while we're dating, then hopefully it translates into us being in an actual relationship. Yeah. But I don't think it's just like he picks me up, he fills up my gas tank, he pays for lunch, he pays for dinner. Like, I don't think those are the reasons why people move from like dating to a serious relationship.
That's not true. That might not be a reason you don't, but that's not true at all.
No, I don't. Okay, when I say serious relationship, like it's definitely, I cannot say that it has not happened in like my regards. Like, yeah, there are people that you could keep around that'll like pay for little things here and there, or like wine and dine you, but those are also people that you're not looking to build a relationship.
No, I'm saying that some people, that's all they care about. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You said you can't say that doesn't happen.
But those people not really looking for a real relationship.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't end up in relationships or stay. A lot of people that you see that are married or been together for that long are not in real relationships. If we being honest, they're in it for like somebody gives them something, or like they get certain parts out of what they want and shit like that.
But
that's also subjective. Yeah, that's subjective. If you say
maybe
that you stay in it for one thing.
Gifts,
I'm not saying that I do. I'm saying that people do. I know that people do.
Yeah, but I feel as though if you just because you fill up my gas tank and you buy me we go on a $200 date, don't mean we'll be in a relationship.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. You can take me out, you can do this and that and third, but if that chemistry, if that vibe, if that intensity isn't there, it's just not there.
Okay, now let me answer my question.
Okay.
I feel like the ladies didn't give the ladies too much help right now on because it's my turn, right? Can I talk?
Okay,
I feel like the ladies didn't really help the dating ladies too much with their advice that they gave.
Men have checklists.
It sounded like y'all both. Okay, it's my turn to talk. Like y'all both just basically saying, okay, if he's consistent and that's what it is,
no. Make sure you know what you want in the beginning and you stick to it.
Okay.
If you have stuff that you cannot, put up
fellas,
with, know it before you date.
Oh my goodness.
Right, fellas, all the dating fellas right now.
Give it to the fellas.
Okay, fellas. Yeah.
Give it to the fellas.
Fellas, listen right now. This is what it is. How you know when it's time for you to finally settle down with the woman that you are dating. If you're dating 3 women, these are the signs you look for to say, okay, I chose you, baby. This right here. And I'm going to speak off. I'm not even going to put it specifically to my relationship, but everything I'm saying is the same way that I chose. Because for us men, we're so... Now she got the Rona.
He gave me the Rona. Look at Amber calling.
For us men, it takes us a while before we say, okay, realize, oh, this may be the woman, because off of how a person looks and off of the sexual aspect of the relationship, a man would keep a girl around for a long time and may have these fake feelings and stuff like that. But the thing is, you'll never really feel connected because it's just off of sexual, I feel.
It's carnal. It's nothing more to it.
Yeah, so I feel like the way you know when it's time to be like, okay, yeah, this is the right one, is whenever the girl challenges you and helps you grow. I think that's a huge part. Whenever you feel she's loyal. Whenever a woman is loyal and they're willing to do things for you, that you be like, damn, okay, boom, like, all right, boom, like, this is different. Like whenever like a woman just willing to do shit and she cares about your well-being, that's huge, because a lot of women may not even care about your well-being. They may put on the front. But whenever somebody's doing stuff like as simple as, oh, did you eat? Or making sure you ate. Or showing your loyalty by things like, okay, yeah, they're going, oh, you can pick up my phone. Or they're picking up calls around you all the time. Like you just notice, okay, she really don't have nothing to hide. That's a sign. And I feel in the sign of when she helps you grow, where when I say that, I mean like when she's just not letting you do whatever you want to do. Like if you come off of work and you throw your drawers on the floor and she like, oh, yo, nigga, that's nasty. Like pick up your drawers. Like what are you doing? And it seems so annoying to you, because it took me, honestly, I feel way longer than it should have to realize, okay, let me just really settle down into this, because I matured super slowly. So I'm like, dang. What you mean? It's just boxes on the floor, like you tripping, like it's not that big of a deal, but it just helps me grow so much. And I know specifically for me, I think whenever you find a woman that take you outside of your comfort zone is the best thing in the world. Because then whenever you have a partner who's always going to make you feel uncomfortable, it's beautiful. Because for me, I don't know if it's because I'm a Leo or just the person I am, I love attention all the time. So I love all the attention to be on Drew. I love everything to be towards me. So being with Amber, like she might be like, oh, like just forget I'm even there, and I'm like, what? Like what? I used to be I used to be so irritated and be like, yo, I need some attention, I need some affection right now. Like I need affection. I'm crying out for affection, and she just wouldn't do it. And I remember being like so upset that she wasn't super affectionate, but then I had to think about it, like maybe that's a good thing, because by her not being super duper affectionate like how I may want, it like keeps a chase in it. So I'm always trying to almost court with her at the same time, because like for me to get some affection, let me rub your foot, or let me just try to flirt with you a little bit, because I'm trying to. So I'm always in the chase. Like me being I don't know if it's because I'm a Leo or just how I am. I love, and even like I said on the first podcast, like how I love the courting thing, with being with somebody that's not super duper affectionate, which I thought, no, I need to be with somebody like that. Now I realize maybe I don't, because now I'm with somebody who I always have to kind of court, or always got to do some little cute or romantic type of thing, or got to be, you know what I mean, like real, just I have to keep on doing that all the time, because
the problem.
I
I can see how that could potentially, like how that could be a problem though. It's just like that almost turns into a favor for a favor. Like I shouldn't have to always do something for you to show me some love or something like that.
I see what you mean. And
I get what you're saying, but I just feel like it shouldn't always be like that. I totally get what you're saying.
It's not like I have to do that for that, but for me, and it goes for each person, for each fella, because every person is different. Each fella. For me, I thought coming into this, like I was the type of person, and as Beans knows, and I'm pretty sure Amber realized in the beginning, I love like there'd be times when, of course, me being single, where I just feel like I just need a woman around all the time. All the time. Like I just love that, but that's not healthy for anybody. Like that's not healthy to always need affection from somebody else. So coming into a relationship, I was looking for a woman to give me affection all the time and make me feel love, when it was really an inner type of thing where I needed to work on my own insecurities and my own love type of things. And now I'm going off a little bit, but when you find a woman who challenges you, like a lot of people, men and even young boys, mostly young boys, you run away from a girl that challenges you or make you feel uncomfortable. But I think you need to more so embrace a woman that makes you feel uncomfortable or challenges you.
That
I think
pressure. It's
that pressure
just
makes
builds you into
diamonds.
something
Yeah,
else.
and it helped me out so much. So those are the points that I say when you find a woman who's loyalty first, because you don't want no skis out here, and then a woman who cares
floozy?
about
You want a little floozy?
and then a woman who's gonna challenge you. Those three things. At a point where you say, okay, I'm gonna wash my hands of the relationship, is whenever somebody in a relationship, whether it be you, because it could be yourself sometimes too, or your partner, just is tired. I mean, doesn't want to compromise or doesn't want to be isn't patient to deal with your shortcomings. I feel like, like if Amber was to be like, oh, like me with some of my insecurities I may have. If Amber ever be like, oh, I'm just not dealing with you. You just OD insecure. Like I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. I'm done. No, you gotta be this way tomorrow. Like if Amber's like, you gotta be this way tomorrow. You gotta stop everything how you feel and everything how you were raised and all your experiences be like this tomorrow. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, you want me to be like that tomorrow? Okay, cool. We can be done today. Because none of us are perfect. Amber not perfect. I'm not perfect. So whenever you come to the point where you like willing to not deal with whatever flaws I may have, or if I'm not willing to deal with whatever flaws you may have, then we might as well call it quits right there because
Don't nobody come a full package.
Yeah, and beans.
Okay, so for me, I think the first part for me would be communication and conversation. Like if we can just talk about any and everything, no matter what it is or how serious or how trivial it may be, and you feel okay like opening up to me and that kind of stuff, or if I feel comfortable opening up to you like in ways, because I'm not that person anyway, but if like you make me comfortable enough to where I feel like opening up about things, then that's like a big thing for me. And then a lot of what you said, honestly.
With what?
Yeah, like a lot of what Drew said, as far as like like the loyalty,
Not being loyal,
and stuff like that.
Yep.
Because that definitely, like, I think loyalty would probably be like it's probably my one, and then like conversation, communication would be like my 1B.
Yep.
Like
loyalty.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be like my 1B, because like those two, like you can do a lot of things with those two. Mm-hmm. Like you can pretty much do,
Hold the girl.
you can pretty much do almost anything with those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
I guess like I know before I said that like not too much would kind of like turn me off or like make me walk away. But like actually like listening to you all and like thinking about it, I definitely think inconsistencies would be it. Cause like I think for something that reels me in is consistency, and then to like turn around and be like the exact opposite will make me kind of just be like no. And I also have been in situations where like people just have like piss poor money management, and it's just like if we're gonna be together and we're supposed to be building, and I understand like my money is my money, your money is your money, and our money is our money. If I don't trust you with your money, I can't trust you with our money. So it's just like
Very true.
no, I think that's the biggest thing for real.
One for me,
Consistency is
like
huge.
where people
I need that follow.
where people don't like, I guess it's kind of sort of similar. People like not keeping their word. Like I'm like huge on people keeping their word for me. Like I literally don't care how big or how small it is. Like when you tell me you're gonna do something, I expect for you to do something, because that's really all you have. Like you can wake up and act however you're gonna act or feel how you're gonna feel, but if you tell me you're gonna do something, then you should do that. I don't care what the fuck else is going on. Like, because that's how I am. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I don't care what hurdles I have to go through to do what I said I was going to do. I'm going to make sure that I get it done because I told you that I was going to do it. So, like, once you get to the point where you're not, and like I said, I hold myself to that same standard. I don't even give people my word on shit to say I can do something unless I know I can get it done. Or I'll tell you, hey, look, I'm not 100% sure if I can get this done, but I'll let you know. But if I actually tell you I'm going to get this done or I can't get this done, I will make sure that is done. So if somebody can't do that for me,
that's such an unattractive thing.
I'm not rolling.
For somebody to tell me they're gonna do something and not do it.
And for me, it doesn't matter how big or how small it is. I really don't care how small it is.
But I also feel like,
so somebody does that, you break up with them?
Depending on how big it is, but it will slowly start to like hammer away at like the trust
I think
or
it's
like
trust.
my attractive. Like I would like start getting unattracted to you. You start doing shit like that. It's just like, all right, well,
Yeah,
What the fuck is
because
this?
I feel like if you don't keep your word, then I can't.
yeah, I can't trust you. You can do any damn thing if you're not
Yeah.
gonna keep your word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what it boils.
Yeah,
down
so
to.
so technically, yes,
It'd be
yeah, I
trust.
would break up with somebody for that.